Halibut is a large groundfish that can weigh hundreds of pounds. It has a flat body and is one of the most important commercial fish in the North Pacific. Halibut fishing areas. Halibut are mainly found in the cold waters of the North Pacific, especially the waters of Alaska. Areas such as the Gulf of Alaska, the Bering Sea, and the waters around the Aleutian Islands are where halibut are most concentrated. Longline is a fishing technique in which multiple hooks are tied to a long line, longline. Each hook is attached to a bait to attract fish. Longline setting and retrieval process. Fishermen set long lines on the surface or on the seabed, then retrieve them after a period of time to check the quantity and quality of the fish caught. Longline is an effective method for fishing for groundfish such as halibut. However, it can also cause problems such as catching unwanted species or causing damage to seafloor ecosystems. In Alaska, halibut fishing is strictly regulated by agencies such as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and the International Pacific Halibut Commission, IPHC. Fishers are required to have licenses and must adhere to set quotas to ensure the sustainability of halibut resources. Conservation measures. In addition to limiting the number of fish caught, there are other conservation measures such as establishing marine sanctuaries and prohibiting fishing during certain seasons. Halibut is an important source of income for Alaskan fishermen and a valuable export product. Halibut meat is popular around the world for its white, sweet, and low-fat meat. In Alaska, halibut fishing is not only an industry but also a part of the local culture. Coastal communities in Alaska have a long history of fishing, and halibut is an important part of this cultural heritage. Climate change is affecting Alaskan marine ecosystems, potentially altering halibut habitat and affecting fishing seasons. Maintaining the balance between exploitation and conservation is a major challenge for regulators and fishermen. Conservation and sustainable management measures are needed to ensure that halibut remains a valuable resource for future generations. Describe the position of halibut in the marine food chain, including relationships with other predators and prey species. Interactions with other species. Analyze the interactions of halibut with other benthic fish and marine organisms, including competition and reproduction. Study the historical development of the longline method, from its first use to its becoming a popular technique in the fishing industry. Analyze the technical developments in the production and use of longline gear, including improvements in line materials, hook designs, and retrieval systems. A detailed guide to setting up a longline, including selecting the right location, depth, and bait to maximize catch. Describes the longline recovery procedure, including how to handle halibut once they're on board, and how to preserve them to ensure meat quality. Modern methods and new technologies for using long lines to increase efficiency and minimize environmental impact. An analysis of unwanted species commonly caught during longline use, including sharks, sea turtles, and other groundfish. introduces technical and policy solutions to minimize bycatch, such as improved hook designs, animal repelling devices, and bycatch restrictions. Describe the historical process of establishing regulations for the halibut fishery in Alaska, including key events and policy changes.
Pretty much just caught, right? They're caught now. So, as you go there, then you start cut down. So, cut down there. And now this is when you start cutting this stuff right there. Kind of do the same thing. You pull your hand up, you pull that up, cut that.
That's so gross.
Role of international organizations. Explain the role of international organizations such as the International Pacific Halibut Commission, IPHC, in managing and conserving the halibut resource. Analyze the catch quota and license system, including how quotas are distributed, requirements for fishermen, and controls. Fishing seasons and conservation areas. Describe regulations for fishing seasons, conservation areas, and measures to protect the marine environment around Alaska. Presents current programs and research projects to conserve the halibut resource, including scientific research and international collaboration. Analyzes overfishing measures, including policies related to minimum size of fish caught, vessel size limits, and technology controls. Analyzes the economic importance of halibut to Alaska fishing communities, including production and economic value statistics. Describes the international market for halibut products, including major importing countries, quality requirements, and consumption trends. Describe the history and traditions of halibut fishing in coastal communities in Alaska, including rituals, festivals, and customs associated with the craft. The role of halibut in local cuisine. Describe traditional dishes made from halibut and its role in Alaskan cuisine and culture. Fishing for halibut in Alaska using longline techniques is a rewarding yet challenging endeavor. The process requires knowledge of local regulations, proper equipment, and specific techniques to ensure a successful and sustainable catch. A longline is a fishing technique that involves a long, heavy-duty fishing line with baited hooks attached at intervals. This line can be laid on the ocean floor or suspended at various depths, depending on the target species. Halibut are bottom-dwelling fish, making longline an ideal method for targeting them. This technique allows for the deployment of multiple hooks over a large area, increasing the chances of a successful catch. A fish finder can be invaluable for locating schools of halibut or identifying the best fishing spots. It can also help you set your line at the optimal depth. Ensure your boat is equipped with all necessary safety gear, including life jackets, flares, and a radio. Fishing in Alaska's waters can be dangerous due to cold temperatures, sudden weather changes, and rough seas. If fishing with a crew, ensure that everyone is aware of their responsibilities, especially during the deployment and retrieval of the longline. Clear communication is key to avoiding accidents. By soaking in salt water or adding scent attractants, you can increase the lure's appeal to flounder. This technique is especially useful in areas with high fishing pressure where the fish may be more cautious. In deep water or low light conditions, adding flashing lights or using glow-in-the-dark hooks can help attract flounder to your bait. These visual cues mimic the shape of struggling prey, attracting fish from a distance. By changing depending on the size of the hook and the type of bait used, you can target specific sizes of flounder. Larger hooks with larger baits tend to attract larger fish, while smaller hooks, smaller lines can catch a variety of sizes. Adjusting the depth at which the long line is set can also help target different size classes. Larger flounder are often found at greater depths, especially at certain times of the year. Longline fishing can disturb the ocean floor, especially in areas with poor fragile habitats such as coral reefs or sponge gardens. Minimizing the time the line is in contact with the seabed can reduce this impact. Bycatch and how to reduce it. Bycatch is a significant concern in longline fishing. The use of techniques such as using circle hooks, setting lines at specific depths, and deploying bird deterrents can help reduce bycatch of non-target species such as seabirds and juvenile fish. The International Pacific Halibut Commission, IPHC, sets catch quotas to prevent overfishing. These quotas are based on scientific assessments of the halibut population and adjusted annually. Many Alaska communities are deeply involved in flounder management and conservation. This includes participating in quota decisions and promoting sustainable fishing practices. Alaska natives have fished for halibut for thousands of years. Traditional methods include using longlines, hand and wooden hooks, with techniques passed down through generations. Commercial halibut fishing in Alaska began in the late 19th century and has since become an important part of the state's economy. Over time, technological advances have transformed the industry, but the importance of halibut to local communities remains. Halibut has long been a staple of the Alaskan diet, especially in coastal communities. Traditional dishes include smoked halibut, halibut soup, and pan-fried halibut steaks. Modern culinary uses. Today, halibut is a highly regarded part of local and international cuisine. Its mild flavor and firm texture make it versatile for a variety of cooking methods, including baking, broiling and boiling. As climate change and other environmental factors continue to impact the halibut fishery, new policies may be needed to address these challenges. This may include adjusting catch limits, changing fishing seasons, or implementing new conservation measures. Since halibut stocks are shared between the United States and Canada, continued cooperation between the two countries is essential. Enhanced international agreements and coordination will be key to sustainable halibut management in the future. For many Alaskan communities, halibut fishing is more than just an economic activity. It is an important part of their cultural identity. Fishing traditions, stories, and practices are passed down through generations, helping to maintain a strong sense of community and connection to the environment. Fishing activities often bring communities together, whether through shared work, festivals, or community meals featuring halibut. These activities promote social cohesion and strengthen relationships between individuals and families. Although fishing has traditionally been a male-dominated occupation, women have always played an important role in the industry, from processing and preparing catch to managing business operations. In recent years, more women have taken on the roles of captains and crew members in the halibut fishery. Encouraging young people to participate in halibut fishing is important for the continuity of the industry and the preservation of cultural traditions. Programs that engage young people in fishing, such as apprenticeships or school-based fishing clubs, can help inspire the next generation of fishers. Small-scale fishers often face significant challenges, including competition from larger operations, regulatory compliance costs, and market pressures. These challenges can make it difficult for small-scale fishers to remain economically viable. Preserving traditional knowledge. As younger generations move away from fishing or migrate to urban areas, there is a risk that traditional knowledge and practices may be lost. Efforts to document and preserve this knowledge are essential to maintaining the cultural heritage of fishing communities. Alaska's longline halibut fishery is a complex and multifaceted activity that combines traditional knowledge, modern technology, and a deep respect for the marine environment. As the industry faces new challenges, from climate change to economic pressures, the need for sustainable practices and adaptive management has never been greater. By embracing innovation, promoting community engagement, and adhering to strict conservation measures, the halibut fishery can continue to thrive, provide economic benefits, and support the cultural traditions of Alaska communities. Whether you are a seasoned fisherman, a policymaker, or someone interested in the cultural aspects of fishing, understanding the complexities of longline halibut fishing is essential to ensuring the future of this vital industry. The Alaska halibut fishery is a balancing act between tradition and innovation, economic needs and environmental stewardship, individual livelihoods and community well-being. As we look to the future, it is this balance that will determine the continued success and sustainability of Alaska's halibut fishery.